Hi, this is PJ. I'm a game designer, and today we're gonna watch the trailer for the game Sulfur. This game has been released 2 days ago on Steam, but this is a trailer for the same game that was launched a year ago, I believe, in one of those game shows from last year. I've been researching a little bit about the game, and I've seen it get the genres of RPGs, but also shooters and adventure games. So I don't know exactly where to put this game until we see the trailer. Since this is a trailer from last year, I might have seen this before, but I really don't remember, especially when they call this game by so many different genres. So I really don't know what to expect. So yeah, let's get to see the trailer and we take our own opinions and we start our analysis. So let's go.
These creatures infernal, these perils eternal. Lord, heal me, free me.
Because what am I watching? Okay, then I'm a bit confused, but let's see to the end. Try sulfur.com. Let's finish the music, but yeah, okay, that's all they had for us. Wow, what a ride! What a ride! That was weird, but also it explained. It made me understand why they call this a shooter, but also an RPG, but also an adventure game. It starts to make sense. So yeah, let me let's do our analysis right now. So right from the start, we have a narrator talking a little bit about the story in the world that we will experience in this game, as well as we get a little bit of an understanding about this art style, what we are going to see in gameplay. So right from the start, they give us a gameplay experience of this trailer, and I like this art style. Reminds me a little bit of some old games like PS1 games, but of course very polished and very. You can see there are no pixelation, at least not much. So this is very minimalistic art style, but resembles a little bit of some of those PS1 vibes and maybe some PS2 vibes as well. That era of gaming, but with very fluid animation. You see, yeah, it doesn't look too weird, you understand where this art style is coming from, but you're not weirded out by it. I like this composition. You can see the very distinct difference between the colors, so you can understand what is part of gameplay aspect and what is just scenery, what is interactable and what is not. So this is very good to for you to understand what this game is doing. We get a little bit of a HUD down here. I hope you guys can see this, but down here we get weapons and maybe some bullets and ammo and all that, especially on this right side here. But in this trailer, they also portray different aspects that are not common to shooters. I really like the animations of those enemies. Although they are very simple, it's probably just like from 2 to 3 frames of animations for those enemies. You see, yeah, they just flick between those frames, especially when they are getting shot. But it is not so it is not done in a bad way. You know, it is well done. And once again, this is well done in its composition. It is really clear for you to understand that this box is an interactable box, while these other boxes are not. So you don't have to worry too much about looking for those elements and wondering if this is interactable and this is not. It is very clear, so very beginner friendly, I would say, and this is a good thing. The game has a funny vibe, so you get the comedy coming from it while still being a shooter and while still having a story for you to progress. This is what it seems. Okay, here is the differential. This is a shooter game, first person, but also you have interactions with NPCs. And by the way, the grunts that they use to simulate the voices of the NPCs are really good. I like that touch they do on games. And since this is not exactly a human character, or at least doesn't seem like one, they are doing grunts to add to this comedic effect of the game. This is very well done, and I like the choice that they had in this production. And this is options. So here comes a part of the RPG elements that they added to the genres list of this game. So you can select how you want to interact with this character. So you add roleplay elements to it, and probably the choice that you select in how to speak to him will make him react differently. Yeah, you see, he just said yay here, but probably many different interactions bring different responses from those characters. Nice transition. Here we have a little of the menu of this character, and we see they have a slot-based inventory, which is not too common to see, but it is when it is used, it is mostly used on survival games or on RPGs. So they have a little bit more of those RPG elements added into this game. So from what we can understand from this screen, we have the main inventory of your character. This is probably what your character is carrying along him, as well as his main equipment. Probably this gives some defense boosts or some more HP to this character. Okay, and this is probably a storage system or something like this. Easier to see. Yeah, you see how the body rotates as he's rotating the camera? You can see. This is solely a 2D model. This is not a 3D character. And judging by how the animation worked when we saw him fighting these enemies, this is This makes sense. So this is much more of an approach similar to Doom and those older games that were not exactly three-dimensional. You can see the body three-dimensionally as you would if you try to rotate around this. You see how his body slides, and you can just see the same position of this character. We get to the menu. This part of the trailer is also interesting because look how much focus he gives, the trailer gives on this part. They are really trying to show you how the game works in this inventory menu. Look how much focus they give here. The trailer is showing you dragging the repair kit to the weapon menu, the weapon slot. Use the repair kit to repair the weapon, and then focus in this pop-up to show that it is in perfect condition. I don't know, this is probably a level up system for the weapon, so you can upgrade the usage of your weapon or something like that, as well as showing the stats of the weapon in perfect condition. You see, look how it zooms in this part. So this is a very important thing. They really wanted to show us that there is a repair condition, a repair system, repair mechanic to the weapons. So your weapon has some type of durability or something like that. All right, and here we see this guy that is supposed to be responsible to giving the enchantments to your weapons. So you can see combine enchantments, and you have a menu in your inventory with this scroll that you collected. Adds a chance that a bullet is not consumed on fire. Drag the scroll into a weapon with an empty enchantment slot to enchant it. So there are slots in your weapons, and you just add them, and they do some different effects. This is cool. This is very RPG actually, and adds a lot of replayability to the game because you get to experience uh, different combinations between enchantments and weapons and how you deal with them and which weapon you want to enchant differently, so you can do different builds. This is leaning every time more bit by bit to the RPG aspect. So I'm seeing how they decided to call it also an RPG. So this is not just simple elements of RPG now, in my opinion. They are going into the RPG territory. This is an RPG. And then just, oh, you can combine. Okay, so you have this mechanic of crafting enchantments, and you just combine different enchantments, and it will probably give you a new one. Is that it? Scroll of Pyroclasm. Drag the scroll into a weapon to enchant it. Plus bullets explode on impact. I don't know what plus bullets mean, but you got a new name, a cool name. Scroll of Pyroclasm is a really cool name. And either this is a new effect or it is a combination of those effects from the previous scrolls into one. Either way, this is amazing. This adds a lot of replayability to the game, and this is a system that complements well with the game since this is very minimalistic. It is simple to understand its concept, but you also have this extra elements, extra mechanics to the game, which brings life to the game as you are going to play, and it makes you want to test things out. You want to try different weapons with different scrolls and different combinations of scrolls. I like this. I like this very much. So yeah, guys, that was it for the gameplay, for the trailer of Sulfur. I I didn't know what I expected, but it was definitely not this. So I was pretty surprised by what I saw. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. There are other videos that I done to different game trailers, and I will be doing for more games as they come out, as well as maybe some old games as well that I might remember. And if you have some suggestions of game trailers, please say them in the comment section and I might do it. So thank you for watching and see you in the next one.